Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. Welcome back to this best of 3 here from the WCA 2015 group qualifiers, Group D between yAwS and HLA. yAwS spawning in as the red human player in the top left, and he will be versing against HLA, the yellow undead, in the top right. yAwS leading this series 1-0 with a pretty decisive, just standard play honestly. His Mountain King definitely reap the rewards of opportunity, I guess, and yeah, HLA just could not actually come back from being down very early, and I guess that is a very common thing for undead players, honestly. So yeah, Archmage first for yAwS this time around. Of course, Mountain King is probably less effective since it is on a pretty big map. HLA going for the same start as game 1 most likely. And that's all, honestly. I might cast another series after this. Of course, if this doesn't go to a game 3, then I will cast probably another series because I'm trying to, you know, get into it. Oh, we are gonna have a ghoul scout, so this might actually be a ghoul opening from HLA instead. Interesting. He is going to spot his opponent out in the first try. Thank God it's not a Mountain King first, because that probably would have been bad for the ghouls. So I'm interested to see how HLA will do it. Obviously we saw a lot of ghoul openings from the previous series with Fate, otherwise known as TBCBM, and yeah, I mean the ghoul openings didn't actually do much, but you know, it is still probably, it's the second common opening after the Ted Fiends. yAwS starting out with, you know, the best camp in the map right now, or at least the best first camp. It is the Rock Golem camp, which is of course, you know, a breeze with militia and footmen there. Robe Magi's +6 gets picked up by the Archmage, so that is a pretty good boost right there. It acts as a close-up attack as well as just double Mantle of Intelligence, I guess. So that is all good value for him. He did take quite a bit of damage from just the premature Death Coil off the Death Knight. HLA is playing super aggressive right now, but it seems like he just wants to go for a straight-up kill instead of maybe finding opportunities with a surround. Since he did go for Death Coil first. Seems like the ghoul was picked up by the Archmage by yAwS, so things not looking too good for HLA so far. But yeah, he's still going for more ghouls. He could maybe go for a tier 2 fairly soon, but we'll have to, you know, keep an eye on that to see if it actually goes for it or not. yAwS probably should go for a keep first as well, since HLA has proven this game so far to be super aggressive, and an expansion may not be safe, let's just say so far. Long distance sweeping from the ghouls of HLA here. Meanwhile, the skeletons and the Death Knight is just being very harassive against those peasants, able to take about a good number of them, in fact. That is a lot of corpses in the ground. I think that's about 4 corpses now that the Arcane Tower is completed. It is going to be rather difficult for those skeletons to be as efficient as they were before, but honestly, yeah, honestly, they did a pretty good job killing those peasants off. No keep tick, so it seems like yAwS wants to go for an expansion. He is going to clear out the left side over here, so at least that is definitely safer than the one on the top side. But yeah, with his main force actually pulled out, he is going to get a rather nasty attack from HLA at the main base. The Arcane Tower is going to focus on Death Knight. Probably should go after the skeletons now, since he is actually out of mana to actually feed back from. The ghouls are going to massacre every single peasant. As soon as I say that, yAwS is going to TP scroll back home, And he TP scrolled to a weird place, honestly. He could have definitely gone to the on top of all those undead units since he had the numbers advantage, but he did TP to a very far away place, honestly. It seems like the TP scroll of HLA will be forced because the footmen and skeletons are just blocking his way. So lots of losses on both sides. Level 3, almost 4 for the Archmage, and almost level 3 for the Death Knight. So he is just a solid level behind Graveyard. Rather late Graveyard, but of course it is just going to coincide with the Halls of the Dead there. Okay, Halls of the Dead has been completed. Will we go for an instant tier 3 or just place down a slaughterhouse? The Lich has started, so we might just have the slaughterhouse being placed down, I think. Okay, maybe Black Citadel might be needed since we already have a counterattack from yAwS. Health potion on the Death Knight, but he is thankfully not being focused down. A surround on the Archmage? That would be actually pretty good, but yeah, the surround wasn't completely sealed off there. So not much damage actually taken for the Archmage. Death Knight still has his health potion. He probably should use it and just buy another one since that just puts it on cooldown and maximize the use of it, but yeah, 3 elementals, that's going to be rather difficult for yAwS to actually deal with. Death Coil actually going to be used to kill off the footman instead of using it for any other purpose. The health potion was used, so yeah, he will be pretty healthy for now. And with the Lich out, it does seem like it's going to be pretty good for HLA so far. He could actually clean up all of these footmen most likely, but yeah, it seems like they're just going to run away instead. The elementals are going to be dealt with instead of those footmen, and yep, HLA should be very careful not to leech any experience from those towers. And he gets that. Yeah, he gets pretty good experience for both of his heroes. Sadly, while this is happening, yAwS is nearly completed with his expand. And at this point, it is going to be like game 1, where it's going to get hard to actually come back from this. I mean, it's not like yAwS has a fantastic army. No, he still has his couple of footmen, and yeah, that's pretty much it. He has no way of actually fighting against, I guess, a tier 2/3 army from HLA, but I mean, it's the same story for HLA. He doesn't have an army of himself either. So at the end of the day, I think yAwS is pretty ahead, seeing as he is now starting to saturate his second gold mine.
Players' forces are under attack.
And it seems like HLA will have to cancel his slaughterhouse. That is definitely a bad sign because it's just delaying the destroyers even further. Yeah, it's like we're just gonna go for gargoyles now. That's a super weird transition from HLA. But yeah, with the destruction of the cancellation of the slaughterhouse, he is forced to just go for, you know, whatever is best. And sadly, gargoyles are very easily to be countered. So I'm very curious to see what this one gargoyle will do. So far, not all too much. He is going to move out, and of course he can deal with those peasants pretty easily. Of course, maybe might not be the case now since those towers are just stacking up. But yeah, the gargoyle can definitely go after that zeppelin. I guess that's the only reason why he was picked up, honestly. But he can get picked off by the elemental and archmage so easily, so I'm not sure if it was entirely worth it to get that lone gargoyle. Slaughterhouse is nearly completed. Are we going to have any crypt beans out for HLA? It does not seem like it.
Players' forces are under attack.
Gargoyle taking heavy hits there. As he was trying to go after that Zeppelin, but yeah, to no avail. It did not actually work. Frenzy is being researched, but I don't know how many ghouls are actually on the map to benefit from that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we have any ghouls aside from the 3 that's harvesting the lumber, so that is rather confusing thing to me. Oh wow, second Zeppelin gets picked up by yAwS. Pretty funny since, well, I mean, a lot of effort from HLA was put into dealing with that first Zeppelin, and yeah, little to no effort from yAwS to actually get himself a second one. yAwS is still at Keep Tech. It doesn't seem like he's gonna go anything fancy like tier 3 just yet. Lots of towers, and a blacksmith is being placed down, so he is gonna go castle taken. So that was wrong, but yeah, castle tech can go any option: knights, griffins, and of course the flying machines that we have seen from game 1. Oh, what is this? Dreadlord. Okay, so a lot more emphasis on ghouls from HLA. I'm surprised he went this route. Dreadlord, I'm very curious on what his first ability is. Tome of Experience. Oh, thank God that was not stolen by yAwS. Uh-oh, but the very, very malicious Troll Tracker goes for an ensnare on the Zeppelin of all units. Thankfully, it did not go too bad for yAwS since he was grounded. He didn't get that confusion, but yikes, that was a ton of damage onto the Archmage. And that was a level 4 Archmage as well. That was even crazier. So the Dreadlord first ability is indeed Sleep, as you did see there from the Archmage. That's why he couldn't run away in time. Sleep is an interesting crowd control ability. Of course, you can actually break it early by just dealing damage. So yAwS wasn't quick enough on that aspect, so he was punished by losing himself the Archmage at level 4. I'm very curious. So the Dreadlord's second ability probably will be that Vampiric Aura, because Carrion Swarm costs so much mana, it's probably not worth it to take. But yeah, with Vampiric Aura, it basically means you have to get a lot of melee units just to gain benefits from that, and so far I don't think we have any ghouls being produced at all, because I mean the crypt's empty, and that's weird because Frenzy was researched while there were no additional combat ghouls available, so I don't know, honestly. Expansion attempt in the bottom right from HLA, but this is so bad. yAwS is gonna spot this, and he can just cancel. He can just force a cancel like by himself.
Players' forces are under attack.
And that is going to be at least the Haunted Gold Mine cancelled there. HLA doesn't seem like he cares. He is going to take down this red creep camp with, you know, pretty much just 3 heroes there. Item is going to be the Kajar's Gem of Health. Very good health item, I guess. Probably the best? Question mark. It is going to be on the Death Knight. I'm pretty sure it can just be given over to the Lich or the Dreadlord, since they do suffer from very low health pools. But yeah, level 4, level 3, level 2 versus a level 4, level 1. So at least the hero aspect, HLA is, you know, he has that covered. But sadly his ghoul count's just not that impressive. The second, we don't even have a second crypt, and we have a web being researched, so apparently we are gonna have Crypt Fiends instead of ghouls. The Boneyard is underway as well, which is rather confusing. I guess HLA can afford it all since he's gonna get himself to second base, but that just leaves him up to, you know, a huge window of vulnerability. And yAwS is going for a tank play here as his Castle Tech has pretty much finished. He does have a couple of Griffin Aviaries just in case, but yeah, siege engines are probably just there to act as, you know, a very big distraction so that yAwS will go untouched and therefore get himself to a reasonable army composition. Frost Worms are being queued up at least. yAwS is going to destroy this necropolis in the bottom right, but probably can't get any more damage dealt at the main base of HLA. Lots of junk in the inventory of the Death Knight, Scroll of the Beast, and some other item. I just don't know what it was. Yeah. I mean, his heroes can definitely like snipe one or two heroes at themselves, but
A player's forces are under attack.
yAwS with his very, very tactical siege engine play. I mean, it's like siege engines and then it's like showing. Actually, how should I explain this? I don't know. We have a paladin for the third and final hero of yAwS. He's going knights. He's going the most diverse thing possible. Knights, maybe griffins, maybe flying machines. But yeah, he's just rolling in the money now because he's going for base number 3. Uh-oh. Incoming collision between the two armies here. Which unit should we go for? We're gonna go for a panda instead. Or maybe not. He's gonna go for a paladin, who is definitely the easiest target there, but the staff of Sanctuary was used to save that particular hero. And HLA is getting us around, and he actually got it. Frostworm is going to start breathing ice onto the panda, and he is going to be killed off. So HLA can, he can definitely pick off heroes, but still he is pretty far behind. He is almost a couple of bases behind. He's just a base behind right now, and of course his army composition is really late in terms of Crypt Fiends. But maybe his hero synergy might work out for him, I don't know. yAwS, on the other hand, it doesn't seem like he's all that desperate, honestly.
A town is under
He
siege.
is just massing up a lot of flying machines and griffins. And knights. So yeah, the perfect human army is being produced by yAwS.
A player's forces are under attack.
Honestly, I don't know. This is like the perfect game for yAwS right now. HLA, I mean, he's got a good hero synergy going on right now. Level 5 on the Death Knight as well. That's always nothing to scoff at. Level 3 Death Coil is just such a huge contributor in terms of damage and heals. But his army is just lacking. I keep repeating this.
A player's
And
forces
honestly,
are under attack.
it's because there's nothing else to say. His army is going to lack pretty significantly. 2-0 upgrades on those griffins and knights. Oh, yAwS is gonna go for a corner camp as well, so he will take down the dragon with ease, most likely, thanks to those flying machines there.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, let's see how quickly he will take them down. Wow, 4 griffins. Oh no, there's 2 griffins. Never mind, those were the 2. Oh no, it is 4 griffins. What am I saying? 4 griffins, a ton of flying machines, and a couple of knights as well. And of course, the red drake is magic immune, so that is why the knights can't actually attack. Not the knights, the griffins can't actually attack the red dragon. What's that yellow blob doing? Might actually spot out this remnant of a base here, but that's all they can do, honestly. An expanded team at the bottom left by HLA, but yeah, that's all that is to it. Rock Golem token was picked up by the Panda, so that's pretty good. Tossing Boulders, just a substitute for a Mountain King because of that Storm-like-esque ability. Level 5 Archmage, level 2 Panda, level 2 Paladin. So definitely the heroes of HLA are a lot more impressive. And the army seems to be getting there, honestly. But it is an 84 supply army versus a 67. And of course upgrades 2-0. 2-0, 2-0. The Knights are 2-0 as well, so wow, that's pretty impressive. But HLA's point, 1-1. So 1-1 on his Crypt Fiends, Frost Worms, and Destroyers. What else does he need? Oh, he's getting himself Banshees? Is this Fate vs Villa again?
Players' forces are under attack.
Banshee's probably just there to deal with the Panda, but I don't know, it's pretty late addition, especially since HLA looks like he's going for a fight. Possible setup here on the Paladin, but this human army just came. That's a huge blob of red right now, and the yellow undead army is on the run. Toss of lots of like hammer tossing is going on. Around 6 to 7 griffins out in the air, and a ton more flying machines going after those destroyers and frost worms. HLA is going to turn around and try and deal with those flying machines, but flying machines are very expendable and very easy to replace. Death Coil onto the heroes to try and heal them back up. Level 3 on the Paladin. He does have the Divine Shield available. The Breath of Fire dealing a ton of damage onto those Crypt Fiends. Sleep is going to try and render the Panda out of commission for now, and the Rock Golem is now down. It is tossing boulders at the Lich, and the Griffins are also tossing their Thunder Hammers as well.
Players' forces are under attack.
Just a slow chase from the human player here. Staff Silence is available on the Dreadlord, but honestly he is going to die pretty soon. Level 4 Dreadlord, even though he popped up and it was very interesting, it did not seem like he was a winning factor, and that is going to be game. Wow, very unexciting, but yeah, it was a complete stomp, honestly. I don't know, like, HLA could have won if he picked a lot more opportunities, but yeah, that's a monstrous army from yAwS. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next series, whatever it will be.